Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Singapore, the 14th round of this PRL season. And once again, I disappoint myself in qualifying by going about 4/10 slower than my PB. And there you see Dregler, my championship rival, slapping us down. He's on pole. Maznat is, so close in front. How different the race would have been if I might have been second on the grid and with an opportunity down the inside of the Williams at turn 1. However, that wasn't the case. The Red Bull of Maznat had the opportunity himself, wasn't able to take it unfortunately. Dregler with a good start, but thankfully the two Saubers remained 3rd and 4th. Danny, of course, with one of her best qualifyings of the season. Unfortunately, her race wouldn't go the way she wanted, with a bit of a laggy contact with Bozza later in the race. That was a really good move around the outside of turn 4 on Maznat. He wasn't quite on the right line through the previous turns, and I was able to get the momentum and move complete at the end of Raffles Boulevard. Now it was just Dregler to charge after. Unfortunately, he was very quick on the ultra softs. Look on the map there, you can see Maznat pitting. He starts the first round of pit stops, would be the only round of pit stops for many people, on lap 9. Dregler and I go 2 extra laps, and you can see Maznat coming through. He's ahead of us. The undercut would have worked even for the 1 lap, so that's why I decided not to cover him. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get out in front of Dregler, which is what I was hoping.
Okay, clear.
Tortoise remained out a bit longer. Unfortunately for him, in his debut race, he crashed into the pit wall, trying to make his first PRL pit stop. Unfortunately, that message distracted me quite badly, and I completely missed my braking point for turn 1, and it cost me my only warning of the race. Thankfully, not a penalty though. I cut down the margin to Maznat. I think it was around 5 or 6 seconds after the pit stops. So that 2-lap advantage on these tyres came good for me. Perhaps I had a bit more pace than him in the race. He was falling back from Dregler, although I was well behind Dregler prior to the pit stops, and I'd been catching up a lot. Some 9 seconds it seemed. But now I was bottled up behind Maznat, and Dregler was starting to pull away once again.
So the gap to our teammate is 56.2 seconds.
I was right behind Maznat, having followed him closely and made some better lines, but unfortunately for him, he didn't even get a chance to defend as he got sideways. Danny rocks with a storming lap, and late in the race she found herself a lap down after a big tangle with some other cars. I let her through because there was no threat behind me, and I was not really within a shot of catching Dregler, whose tyres were the softs, and obviously a better compound for the end of the race. He would go on to win the race and close me down by another 7 points, very disappointingly for me. This should have been a strong track. However, the championship lead is still there. And of course, there was some excitement left as the fireworks went off for the Williams driver. A bit of contact there between Kid Byers in the McLaren and Bozza in the Mercedes. They would come across the line astern, and very close actually. Almost into the wall for Bozza. There we are on the podium once again, back after the shocker we had in Italy. I have been Jacko. See you in Malaysia.